Good afternoon, I'm Jamie. Thought I would take an opportunity to just put together an ad hoc video for potential buyers who would like to take a look at this 2016 Thor Chateau. I think it's called the 35 SK Super C with the Ford 6.7 liter Power Stroke Power Stroke engine in it. We are the original owners. We own it outright. Due to life circumstances, we had this parked outside for 2 years. We had probably fired it up, in the driveway, once every month, I would say, just to make sure the motor and the generator and all that were working. In that period of time, unfortunately, we did not realize there was a couple of roof leaks, which we have since patched, but we have not fixed the interior damage that it caused. We have not washed or waxed this thing in 2 years, so I apologize. This is an absolutely beautiful paint job that's on here, but of course it's all covered with grime and crud, and if you're like my wife, you'll just be like, oh, forget it. But I promise you, it shines up very beautifully. But yeah, it does have some scrapes. It does nothing major, but there are some scrapes. There aren't any dents or cracks, but we've got a few scrapes here and there. I'll point them out in the video. I'll point out everything that I am aware of, that if I were buying a motor coach, that I'd like to know ahead of time, right? Nothing's perfect, and hey, as long as you know it up front, it's probably much wiser. So I'm going to try to just point at things and give you a little history, tell you about things as we go along. I'm sorry, not going to be a very professional video, but I hope it helps you make a better buying decision. And I can tell you, for what we're listing this at and what we paid for this, I know what we paid doesn't matter, but this is going to be an absolute bargain. So I don't feel bad that we haven't cleaned it and that it's not all shiny, because you're getting an atrocious deal. So anyway, enjoy. Okay, we'll start with the exterior walk around. Like I said, it has not been waxed or washed or waxed or polished in 2 years, so it's really filthy. I apologize, but it does clean up very nicely. Try to get you some more detail here. These will need to be re-glued. I would say replaced as far as I'm concerned. It feels hard and brittle. I would just rather get new. The keypad does work. Power mirrors on both sides work just fine. They do fold. This is one slide out here. I will demonstrate it opening and closing in a minute. Let's just go ahead and go through the exterior and the compartments first. Let's see, this is probably the filthiest, as you can tell. See, I was talking about how filthy it is, but it really is nice and shiny underneath. This section here, probably should just polish it out, but it looks great. This compartment here, all right, here's where you add your diesel exhaust fluid, and here's where I store my fuel conditioners and jack leveler platforms. This compartment here stores the generator, a nice diesel Onan 6K generator. I think it has got a total of 1200 and was that 69 hours, 1269 on it. Excellent operating generator. Fuel for the 27-gallon front tank. A nice wide storage compartment here for big items. Beach buggy. I put our surf rods in here. Some tires for the beach buggy. I also have a spare tire for the, so you got room for like a spare tire for our car hauler. Let's see, we got Not all the lights work in all the compartments, but it just bulbs need replaced. Hot water heater, that has been upgraded to, I believe, a 12-gallon. I think it came with a 10. Replaced it with a 12-gallon. Two-way heating, or three-way heating. Excuse me. Gas and 120 volt. So when the generator's running, you can heat with 120 volt. Here's an exterior shower. We've never used it. I do think the last time I used it, there was a little leak in the faucet handle. Let me get the key so I can open it. Okay, here's the key. All these spaces lock, of course. Yeah, so that's like a little external shower. Needs cleaned. But yeah, I think it was leaking here at the faucet when I tried it once. Or no, it was leaking right here. So we never used it, but you do have the capability. I would replace this unit personally if you're going to use it. Here is where you hook up the outside water when you go to the campground. Down here is your sewer connections. You got your black water, your gray water, the 2 holding tanks. It will be coming with all the hoses. Here's the little hose caddy. This is the rear 40-gallon diesel. External connections for power. It will be coming with the 240 volt power cord. Okay, and let me back up here so you can get a better view where we are. Okay, so this big cabinet right here, you'll see here's here's a couple of the small little scrapes and dings. This is like day 3 of owning the RV, first camp, and I pulled out. Talk about made me mad, but it happens, just the way it is. I haven't tried to see how much of this buffs out. Here's where I store the power cords, some of the plastic jack levelers. It will be coming with these jack levelers. It will be coming with the power cords to plug in. I think it'll come with these water hose. Yep, and a filter. So when you hook up to your campground, you can have a filtered water. Okay. See, just ordinary nicks and paint chips. The rear, you got some paint discoloration all the way at the very top. I don't know how visible that is. Let me see if I can zoom in any for you. A little bit of this, so I would hit it with good wax, keep it waxed up there. Okay. It'll be coming with this. This is a 2.5 to 2-inch adapter so that you can hook up multiple items to tow. We do tow a Chevy Tahoe with this. Throw bikes with this bike rack. I do not believe it'll be coming with the bike rack. Got a little mud flaps here all the way across. Okay, here's the second slide out for the bedroom and rear. Here's what this nice big, and it passes all the way through to the other side. Those are where I showed you the water hose and the electrical all the way through, pass through to there. And you got a nice big compartment in here. On this side of the coach, in 2 of the compartments, I did steel reinforced straps at the bottom of these because according to the manufacturer, they only allow 50 pounds in each one of these, and that's crazy. You try to load these things up with only 50 pounds like the manufacturer says, and guess what? These whole plastic things would just fall. And it happened to us while we're going down the freeway. So I was able to engineer these angle iron straps all the way across. I think this thing could probably hold about 500 pounds now. Maybe more realistic to about 300. Just don't want to push things. But anyway, I made that modification in this compartment, as well as the next compartment over. There's the slide out for the bedroom. Awning, we'll go ahead and show you that that works. I am sure that original awning material is probably ready to get replaced at some point. It's usable now, but I see little pinhole leaks in it that either you could cover with some tape on the top side or just replace. It's up to you. Budgets, right? Here is where you hook up. This is actually to fill the 40-gallon fresh water tank. Here is another compartment that I have steel reinforced with angle irons at the bottom. It's where I keep all of the heavy equipment, repair equipment, all the tools, jacks, other kinds of things that I like to make sure we have. And once again, they've been reinforced. These are the only two compartments that have been reinforced like that. Let's see, dual, nice dualies. Of course, they shine up really nice. These are just basically hubcap inserts. External stereo speakers here. These actually go to the speaker that is installed in the bedroom that has never worked. Ever since we bought the coach, I could never get the stereo to work. So that is something to be replaced. This is propane. And there's the jack leveling pump right here. There's the heater for the coach. Nice heat inside, gas operated. You have external outlets. When you run the generator, you get power here. There's another compartment. This one is not reinforced. I don't put heavy stuff in it. Outside television. Of course, it operates when the generator is on or you're plugged into the camp power. I'll demonstrate that in a little bit when we turn the generator on. Show you that it does power up and it works. Here is a little mud room, I think they call it, so you can kick off your shoes. And if you got muddy shoes, let's see which one of these is it. And you can just throw your shoes right in there. And from the inside, there's a little slide door, probably can't see it, but from inside the coach, you can access this space as well. And in this space, this is where they've installed a the 1800 watt Xantrax inverter, so that you can get AC power running off of the batteries. And also a really cool gizmo is all the way back here, and that is a automatic generator starter. It will start it based on battery voltage. Like if your batteries start running down, it'll automatically turn the generator on and let it run for 4 hours to recharge your batteries. And it also does it by temperature. So let's say you have animals in your coach. You can set it to turn the generator on, which will then turn your air conditioning on to make sure that the inside of the coach maintains a good temperature. Let's see. All right. This side, this plastic mat has completely come off. I glued it once about 4 years ago, and it looks like this material just shrinks, so that's why it won't stay glued, because as it got older it just shrunk. So anyway, you could just glue this back down. Me personally, I would just get new rubber cut out in the right shape and glue that down. You'll notice we do have the tire pressure sensor monitors on all the tires. It will be coming with the coach with the monitor inside on the windshield. At the moment, this fog light does not work. It has been broken. It needs to be replaced. I keep looking to find one, and it keeps telling me there is a particular Ford truck model that you're supposed to order to get that replacement. This one works fine. All these lights work fine. Turn signals, low beams, high beams, all work correctly. There's no cracks or damage in any of those. There are 3 overhead lights up top, yellow. Those work fine. That dome on the very top is a portable DirecTV satellite dish. I think we will include, of course, the dish up there and the receiver. You'll have to subscribe for service, of course. Okay, that takes us back to here. That's about all I can think of, except demonstrating the slides for you. But I'll tell you what, when I operate the slides, I like to have the engine or the generator running so you don't wear down your batteries. So why don't we go ahead and do an engine startup and look under the hood. The key codes do work, so you can leave your keys in the coach. I usually do that. I just leave my keys in here and then lock it and use the door key to get in. So this is what the interior looks like. Once again, we aren't bothering cleaning right now. We just want to get prospective buyers a picture of what this thing looks like. We'll clean it when we got more time, if we decide to use it before someone buys it. Okay, let's see. Let me get those keys back out. This is 3 people seating up front, or you can, let's see, where is that? Right here, you can push this down and the seat pops down for a nice center console. Okay. The stereo. It works sometimes and it doesn't work other times. It's so ranged. Sometimes I turn the key on and the screen is completely white. Other times I turn the key on and it won't turn on at all. But I turn the key off, turn it back on. Usually after some sort of amount of fiddling, or if I just give up and start driving away, suddenly the screen turns on. Me personally, obviously, that would irritate the crap out of me. I'd just replace it. But in a pinch, like I said, at random, it works. And once it works while you're on on a drive, it doesn't like just randomly turn off on you. Once it's on, it's on. This is that tire pressure monitor system I was talking about. That will be coming with the coach. Okay. We'll get back there in a bit. Okay, let's go ahead and turn it on. Let's see. The coach has 37,776 miles on it. Really low. And there we go. All right, so you'll notice here, everything looks good. The only thing I have noted is occasionally, and more often than not, I will get a check engine light, which usually pops up over here. And when I throw the scanner on it, it says, it gives a code that translates into injector number 6, low performance. Now I've read about that. It could be anything from a bad injector, which could be like, the quotes I've been getting have been about $1,800 to replace, to as simple things like corrosion on the electrical connections going to it, or just a dirty injector that could be cleaned using fuel additives. I normally had not used any fuel additives in this, but someone recommended some fuel additives to clean the injectors, and I'll tell you what, I will admit that I'm not seeing that light. I've only saw it over the last 50 miles, and I added that injector cleaner, and now, like for example, I come in, turn it on, not getting the light. But anyway, it's the only known mechanical thing about the coach is that, and it may have been resolved by being cleaned with injector cleaner, or it may need a new injector. I don't know. Press and hold this to turn it on, and guess what? It's turning on. Okay. It also is supposed to give you your backup camera. It's a warning about you're not supposed to watch it while driving. The front, Bluetooth camera. Here's the rear camera working. So like I said, this unit, I don't know. Me personally, I would just put it on the replace list. Got some cool features. We got 3 auxiliary switches. Nothing is hooked up to them right now, but if you wanted to wire external lights, wire in a compressor or something like that. It does have a trailer brake controller right here. Very cool. So it's a built-in brake controller. Of course, you got full tilt, all that here. Let me show you the engine compartment while it's running. It'd help if we pop open the... Actually, if you hear that beeping, it's coming from up there, and it is the jack leveling system warning that we do not have the parking brake. So you set the parking brake, turn it off, turn it on with the parking brake set, and now the beeping has stopped. Then you can go ahead and turn the brake off. Let's pop open our hood and show you the engine compartment. Awesome diesel. I haven't had any problems other than what I just described about that check engine light that was coming on and may still come back on. But that just happens in the last 50 miles over 2 years. Batteries were replaced in 2022. Okay. I'll tell you what, now while we have the engine running, I'm going to go ahead and extend the slides for you so you can see what they look like on the outside. The engine is running, so while the engine is running, the automatic step will come in and out, operated by a little magnet here on the door. So while the engine's running, it will retract when you close the doors. Let's go ahead and here's the interior. Like I'll be showing you this is the factory interior, and I'll go through this in a minute. Hard to get sidetracked from the slides, but I have just thrown covers on it because it's really crappy, kind of like that right there. You see where that's all peeled off? That's some cheap Chinese fake leather pleather stuff that just starts delaminating and peeling, and that's what all of it looks like. Personally, once again, I've done research on this. I've went to a few upholstery places and they don't want to mess with it, and it was going to be like $3,000 or $4,000 for them to recover, versus I just went to some RV outlets online and saw that we can get a whole new different kinds of sofas, jackknife or captain chairs, as well as seating over there for $2,000 to $3,000. And in the meantime, I'm not going to spend a dime on it because I just cover it and just go enjoy it as it is. Especially since we know we're just going to sell the unit. Let someone else decide what colors and kinds of things they want. Okay, back to the slides. So, for the slides to work, we have got to have... did I take off the parking brake? I bet I did. They do not operate. Yep, let's go turn on the parking brake. Okay, parking brake has been turned on. Well, let's try to extend. Okay. Oh, that's right. Sorry. One more. It does not work with the engine running. They don't want you extending the slides with the engine running. Hold on. Okay, let's try that again. Parking brake set. Engine off. Yeah, there we go. And you're supposed to hold it for 5 seconds after it's done. Okay, let's go ahead and do the rear real quick while we're in here. Let me turn on the lights. All of the lights are controlled here at this panel. There we go. And let's, bedroom lights with the king bed. or queen. Sorry, that's a queen size bed. This is extended here, and let's go extend. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay. Let's go show you what it looks like from the outside. Okay, that's the master bedroom extension. Got the little leaf awning. And here is the living room extension with its leaf awning at the top. Okay. All right, now we'll start interior. Actually, let me show you the generator. Well, actually, let me show you the door. I got a nice aftermarket push button lock for locking and unlocking. It actually even has a little dongle, or a remote dongle that'll come with it, so you can just press the button remotely. Okay, generator. House batteries are stored underneath here. These have been replaced, I think, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right before we parked it. So here's your house batteries. And they are what's used to start the generator. So right here, start, press and hold. Okay, it's turned on. And I know that the generator is providing juice if I turn on the inverter that runs all the AC, the televisions, the refrigerator, and the battery chargers. If I turn it on, you see it's 12.5 volts, that's the batteries. But once the generator's output kicks in, which takes about 60 seconds, the battery charger starts, and it will jump all the way up to 14.6 volts to start charging. Let's see if we can... Okay, so now that we got the generator on, we'll start a little tour of the interior. It's okay, say hi. All right, so like I said, there was 2 roof leaks, and you can tell right here where one was. It was where the antenna for the televisions. See a little discoloration here. The ceilings are kind of like a leather, vinyl leather. Little discoloration, and the worst part of that damage happened to the cabinets. Looks like water trickled down and just swelled the cabinet. So, cabinet damage, and of course it caused damage here. These drawers, the little latches that keep them from coming out need to be replaced. They'll just come out. That one works, but this one does not. So the little catch that's in the back of the cabinet needs to be replaced. Same for this drawer. You can hear the little clicking. It's a little gadget in the back that's broken on this one and this one. Here's the under the sink. This drawer It's got sliders, and the sliders need to be screwed back in, so that needs to be repaired so it can slide in and out. I replaced the faucet. That's why this back, you had to cut that out to access it. But it's a nice new retractable. There's your sink. I don't have any water in the tanks, so I can't show you the faucets working, but they do work, and the pump works fine. Here's your microwave, and of course it works right now because toilet paper in there. Okay, because it runs off the generator. 3-burner gas stove, oven, a full-size home refrigerator. This runs off of 120, so it runs off AC, so it runs when the generator is on. And if you want it to run off batteries, it uses the inverter. I've noted that it will run about 6 hours on those particular style batteries, which are just dual purpose 100 amp hour batteries. If I were going to be keeping the coach, I would probably upgrade them to some what they call the LiPo lithium ion batteries and get, you know, like 200 amp hours each, so that it would last almost an entire day just off batteries running this. Okay, so there's that, the sink. Okay, the windows work. Let's see, this is a nice compartment to sleep in up here. This window looked like it had been cracked open for a couple months, and water had gotten in here. It's all nice and firm. It's not soft, but you can tell where the water came in. Regrettable. You definitely have to make darn sure that those kids have closed the windows before you park it. This side had just a minor little bit, but everything's firm. Like I said, the bulk of the damage, water damage that happened, was there. And right there, which obviously was leaking underneath here, and then it came down and started dripping down the side of the cabinetry. Real shame. But hey, you know what? If you're just trying to throw your race car rig on the back of this thing and tote it to the speedway and have a place to crash, and that doesn't hurt a thing. You got some minor stuff, like you had to re-glue some of this. Looks like some, yeah, just needs to be re-glued. And yeah, you know what? I know it would have been much more attractive if I got this all cleaned and did all these little things. I just don't have the time, to be honest with you. I'd rather just use it the way it is until I have some time here and there. But I am not trying to stress it. Like I said, one steal of a value for a truck with 37,000 miles, 6.7 liter Super Duty Power Stroke. This table goes up and down right here, so this makes a bed. And once again, these cushions look just like this. They're terrible, so I just threw these covers on it so that we could use it without feeling like the Beverly Hillbillies. All right, so that's kitchen. This, of course, the TVs work. And behind the TV is where a little swing out here for electronics. This is where I'll store a Wi-Fi and put the receiver. There's the DirecTV receiver that I was telling you about. I don't have a subscription anymore because I just use Wi-Fi from my phones and stream to Fire Sticks. But for those people who are going to be camping where there isn't any cellular, DirecTV is the way to go. And show you real quick the outside television. So when you're camping, time to relax, you extend the awning, you put down a nice carpet, flip this up, and you can watch your favorite show. See if that bad boy comes on. Yep, there she is. Okay. Okay. All right. Turn that off. Close this up. Okay. Let's move to the bath. So what's interesting is this space here, you're supposed to get privacy in this space by opening and keeping the bathroom door open, like so. Boom. So now you've got this whole area. You've got your shower, got your toilet, vanity, and your bedroom, all pretty private. Show you the bathroom. Just a little sink. Nothing really to report home about. You got your light, shaving receptacles. So got to get the leaves out of there. Okay. Oh, feels nice. Air conditioning is running. It was already on, so when the generator turns on, the air conditioner turns on. You can direct it to come out the in ceiling or come straight out here just by blocking that. Then it makes it come out here. I like it coming out here because it's a nice big stream. But there's two air conditioners in this coach. So the front one I usually have pointing to come out these, and the rear one I have out this main. Heating. So when you have the heater on, heat comes out here. Toilet. There's the fill valve and flush valve. Standard RV toilet. I'll demonstrate, but we don't have any water in the tanks right now. Little cubby. Okay. Close that up. Hey, honey. Shower. Shower door needs wheel replaced. It's been a pain in the butt to open and close. There's a wheel. Actually, it's sliding really nice right now, but there is a wheel right there, right here. That wheel is missing, so it makes it. You're seeing. I gotta very slowly and carefully slide it to get it to open. So that wheel needs to be fixed and replaced. Skylight was damaged. I replaced it. All right. Make sure to latch it so it doesn't bang around when you are driving. Okay, so that's the shower, and this door, it's a two-piece sliding door. The only thing I don't like about it, there's several things I don't like about it, but the way they did it is you press this down, it releases the door, and it slides. But there's supposed to be a plastic catch down there that gets the second door, and it broke. So you have to manually slide these to get the privacy. There you go. So I'm sure it's probably a $5 plastic part. I rarely use it, but if you want privacy because you have other people sleeping up there. And once again, I don't know if I mentioned, but that's a nice full up top, very comfortable. I almost prefer sleeping up there many times. That jackknife sofa that needs to be replaced because of the upholstery, but it folds down into a jackknife. 2 people can sleep on that. Actually, the manufacturer sends it with an air mattress. So you undo the jackknife sofa and put an air mattress on it. And like I mentioned, the little dinette folds down, sits down, and can sleep 2 small kids or 1 adult. But this nice back here, nice bed. Oh yeah, definitely nice. And there's lots of storage back here. Show you here. So you got this back here with a curtain rod. Oh, here's the pillows. Supposed to have the nice pillows over here so you can see them. Okay, so you got 2 nice vanities here, or not vanities, but wardrobes. This panel actually goes up front. It's a panel I removed behind the television up front so I could look at wiring. Here's another TV for the bedroom. This one lifts up for little hidden compartments back here, little storage room back here, and here is the component serial numbers for the Thor. And I'll just get a picture of that. All these drawers work and the catches all work. Here is that bedroom radio that also connects to the outside speakers, and the screws for it are actually right there. Let me see, are these the screws? Yeah. So I took it out trying to figure out, figure out what's going on, why this thing doesn't work. It gets power, but it just buzzes. There's 2 speakers right there underneath. 1, 2. They just buzz. And then it also, if you hit the A/B switch, that's supposed to power the outside. Since it just buzzes, I just have disconnected it, and we've never used it. Here is the AC for the bedroom. Now it's running. It's cold right now, blowing out nice and cold. Here is the switch for to extend the rollout. Man, why can't I think of words today? I think my dad had Alzheimer's. I think I have half-Zimers. Anyway, here is the control for the front air conditioning, which is right here, this unit. This control unit actually not only controls the air conditioner in front, but also the heat system. You'll notice the heat right here. And that heat is operated off of gas. Move that to cool. And now, both air conditionings are running, here and here. And this actually feels pretty good in here, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the beach and it's a nice retreat.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's what happens. We'll go to the beach and we'll run that generator for 2 days straight. Maybe turn it off at night, but just park at the beach and let these air conditionings run, and the refrigerator stays on, and televisions are rolling.
And if you buy the coach, we'll tell you where you can go and park for free right by the beach.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think this is a pretty good roundup. I know I've rambled, and if you waited this long and listened to me ramble for 30 minutes straight, I know you probably need to go see a psychiatrist when you're done. Sorry. But anyway, I hope I've shown you everything that would keep you from wasting your time if you actually came and visited me. Let's see, these, Nice little windows. You got blackout shades, and they have blackout shades and privacy shades where you can still see out, but people can't see in. So they got both kinds of shades there. Kind of cool. And that's on all of the windows except for the kitchen. And I have the shades for back here, but the little clip broke. There's a little clip. So we have the shades for the back window. They are actually right there. They need to be reinstalled after figuring out how to get those clips. The hot water works. Oh, awnings. Let me show you the awning. I replaced this awning motor a couple years ago. Let's see, where is it? It is water pump, slide, extend. Oh, no, it's down here. So that awning right here, I believe. The one that's missing this little cover. Let's see. Yep, there it comes. And I usually just kind of eyeball it. When I see that arm back there go straight parallel to the ground, I know it's pretty much done. And notice I was saying that this awning fabric, it's kind of like a tarp type material, got a couple little pinholes starting. I mean, this is almost 10 years old. I was going to replace it, but I also saw some folks that just get they have awning tape that's, you know, about, you can get it all various widths, but like a 2 or 3 inch tape, and just put it on that section, because that's what's always exposed to the sun. But yeah, so there's a couple little spots. If we put tape on it, it'll be fine, or just plain replace it. Put it on the replace list. It's kind of a shame because the rest of it's in really good condition. All right, that's that. And I think the last thing is, let's go ahead and get this rolled back in. I think the last thing I'd show you is a roof walkthrough. So let me get this ladder extended and I'll climb up on the roof and just give you a tour. We have got lap sealant on everything. It's just been lap sealed to death. So that's the best we can do. I think that's all that needs to be done. Let's go ahead and let this finish. There we go. Okay, all done. All right, let me get the ladder set up and get on the roof. I'll see you in a second. Okay, I didn't bring a tall enough ladder, so I'm standing on the top of I'm not gonna try to hop on this roof and walk around it. Just wanted to show you that black antenna there on the right is where the leak for the cabinet happened. You'll see that we put lap sealant around everything here in the last 24 months, front and rear. We did black on the rear and black on the very front. We did white around everything else. This is that rubber roof. There's no rips in the rubber roof anywhere. I don't know what else I can tell you. Okay, so I think we are nearing the end of everything. I noticed I hadn't shown this part of it on this side. Remember, this needs to be just replaced, or I mean, you could just glue it down, but ultimately it does need replaced. It just got old and shrank. Sorry for the dirt. Okay. All right, hey, we appreciate all your time. I know it was about 50 minutes of me droning on. I hope I showed you enough to help you decide if you'd like to come and look at it in person. Our asking price is pretty darn firm. I'm sure as soon as you do your research, you'll see it.
Great deal.
It's a great deal. And we're gonna we may fall back in love with it as we start cleaning and, you know, not want to sell. So hurry. Thanks for your time. Bye.